Helen McCarthy. How long would your A to E steps take to get into good standing with the church again? All right, great question. Because it would take probably forever. The A to E steps, as I've described earlier, are those steps which Hubbard laid out and the church has sort of expanded upon since his death to get back in the church's good graces. If you have been a disloyal person, a bad Scientologist, you acted against the moral codes of Scientology, you told them to go fuck themselves or whatever it was that you did, and you got yourself declared a suppressive person, and now you can no longer talk to Scientologists, you can't deal with them, they won't talk to you. Now what do? Well, if you want to get back in their good graces and you want to have those connections reestablished, then you have to jump through all the hoops the church is going to lay out in front of you, and those are called the A to E steps, okay? A, B, C, D, E. And those steps, I've already laid them all out in the past, but they basically are crawling on your belly in, an atonement for all of your awful past deeds. You have to write all that stuff up, swear you'll never again say or do bad things about Scientology. You'll be a good little boy or a good little girl. And then you have to do some kind of immense amends project that is of significant benefit to mankind, right? And such a project usually involves giving the church a lot of money, paying for new recruits, for example, to travel to become Sea Org members. Maybe you pay for the airfare, or you buy a car, you do whatever you need to do to facilitate that Sea Org member arriving. I've seen that done, for example, or paying for, tons of the Way to Happiness books to be printed and delivered, or buying lots of materials from the church and donating it to places. So you can see there's money involved here, and time. This is not a one-time deal where you do some big thing and you're all done. They're going to make you drag this out. And if I were to do this sort of thing, what would be required of me, of course, would be to tear down my channel, remove all my works from the public, stop selling my book, obviously go online or in a public forum of some kind, publicly, disparage Leah and Mike and Tony and everybody who's been fighting the good fight. I'd have to turn traitor to all of them and abandon all of those relationships I have created. And I'd have to give over everything I know, all my emails, all my communications that I could, pull up or garner or find. I'd have to turn all that over to the church to show them how, hey, I'm a good guy now. I want to be accepted back into the church. So I'd have to basically prove to them that I'm able to be trusted by them again. And I don't know if such a thing is possible after all the trash talk I've done about Scientology and all the exposure I've done of their abuses. I just don't know that it would even be possible. But if it were, it would be a years-long project on my part to do that. And I, of course, am in no way, shape, or form compelled in any way to want to do that. So no, thank you. I like my life the way I've created it. I don't see any reason to tear it all apart and tear it down in order to satisfy the whims of some psychotic madman named David Miscavige. Thank you, but I'll pass.